Welcome to Better Preparedness. On this channel, as you probably know, I do a lot of traveling and do a lot of sports, a lot of opportunities suddenly to do a video. Tech is becoming part of our lives, especially if you're a YouTuber. First of all, I'm going to start off with some real high-level stuff. Now, as a YouTuber, I'm not on a huge budget, so I've tried to keep things lower cost, well, keep things within reason, I guess you could say. It's not about having more gear, it's often about managing the gear you already have and you accumulate so that you stop having to buy more because you can't find it or whatever it is. Spares, spares, spares. If something is important, have a duplicate of it, or 2 or 3 spares. Just make sure you can't be stranded without that piece of kit. If you label items, then there's better chance that they'll get back to you if you lend them out or if you leave them behind, for example. That might help someone find it and then identify that it's you that it came from, not just you saying, ooh, I'd like that really nice microphone. So if it's labeled, there's a better chance it'll get back to you. If you're traveling and you leave this in a hotel room, these things can be kind of valuable, so probably pack this away. And also, mini padlock can help sticky fingers maybe stay out of your kit and stop maybe upwards of hundreds of dollars of little kit items from being removed. Multi-head charging cables, can't say how much I've come to start loving these things, so that you can make sure you can charge your kit wherever, the different types of items you have. Remember, some cables are charging cables only, some are data cables. It allows you to download certain stuff off of your devices, especially important for backing up. There's a full episode about charging cell phones and never being stranded. Highly recommend you watch that. I'm going to put that in the comment section below. Also, comment section below, there's a link to the betterpreparedness.com website. And if you're new to the channel, well, welcome. Click that subscribe button plus the little bell icon. If you like a video like this, click that like button, because that really helps show Google and YouTube that you like the material. It met the need you're looking for. Okay, well, let's get in this. I'm not sure the best way to do this other than just opening up this kit and getting into what it has. Let's take a look. So this kit I bought off of Amazon. I'll put a link to it in the description below. I've been really enjoying having it. Now, this is just kind of the kit as it's packed right now for this trip. I'm just going to kind of take everything out and show you what there is. This is a multi-cable charging cable, so this plugs into your power source, and then it has 4 cable heads. One's a micro USB, one's a USB-C, and then there are 2 sort of Apple Lightning style. This is another charging head because I have different devices. So the USB end here plugs into your power source, and then all of these other cable heads are where power can come out of, and you can charge multiple devices at the same time. Really useful. That's from Chiffon. This has a little pocket. I'm just going to take everything out. Sorry, there's not necessarily a real order. This is my little stack of post-it note type things, and you'll see I've made some notes based on this trip. This I haven't used it very much, but this I got off Amazon Basics. Again, allows you to charge multiple things at the same time. Having those multi-head cables kind of does the same thing a bit, but this allows you to plug in your own cables. So this goes into your power source, and these are the cable ends. Highly recommend you have one of these. If you've watched my phone charging video, which I'll link in the description below, just really useful. If you're in a vehicle, even in an Uber, and this is all the power you could get, is you could charge your devices with this, plug it into a cigarette lighter. Pens, always use pens. This is the headphones that came with my Samsung. I like having that, especially if you want to listen to the audio, make sure you got good quality audio. And if you're listening to music, really useful. I have a Garmin watch, and this is the charging cable, so I have 1 spare here because you can't charge your Garmin watch, which I'll show right here. You can't charge your watch unless you have the specialized cable. Moving over to this side, so you can see it has these pockets here. This is a zippered pocket. These are cable ones. These are kind of so-so. I would almost trade these for another mesh pocket. I just really like the mesh pockets. This is just a micro USB cable, standalone charging cable, I think. I'm not sure if this does data as well. It's important to label your cables if it does data as well, because really useful to have. This is a permanent pen. Always have one of these. And you can see what I've done here is I've taken a fair bit of duct tape, or gaffer tape I think it's called in some countries, and just rolled it around here. That way I always have duct tape with me. You never know when you're going to need it. So moving on to this zippered pocket. South Africa has two plug systems. It has like the European based system, but the predominant system is type M, which is these ginormous plugs. So you need a plug adapter. This allows you to plug in like a North American plug here, but also European. So I cannot tell you, if you live in South Africa or you're traveling here, bring one of these. Again, I got this off Amazon in a 3-pack kit. Have a link for that. This is a European style type C, I can't remember. This is what you have in Europe and most of Europe. It has 2 USB ports here. Got this off Amazon. This is just a USB, there's a lightning cable. Again, a spare for an iPad. These cable wraps, I cannot tell you how useful these are. I love these things, fantastic. Little sticky note things, really useful. This case actually has 2 sections to it. On this side, I have a 20,000 milliamp battery pack. This one here, I think, is a 3,000 milliamp one. Really useful to have 2 battery packs, especially if my phone ever runs out. This is kind of my ultra reserve pack. I have another set of headphones. This one, I don't know why I have another second set. Anyone who's older than about 30 or so might actually recognize what these are. Very useful as well. These are old film cases. This is my digital audio setup if I need to have a standalone audio recorder. So it has the windsock, and it's a lapel mic, a really nice quality Sony one, and another cable tie. This is my Sony digital recorder. Sometimes I'll use this for some background audio, and one of the reasons to have spare batteries is that this runs on batteries, and so you can replace, I think it's AA's with this if you need it. But this has its own little sleeve, so there's plenty of room in this. This pocket here, you could probably fit an iPad. I think that's what it's designed for, but I don't use that. This is my 2-meter long USB extension cable. Highly recommend this, especially if you're in a hotel room and there's only one plug and it's 2 meters away. I have a 4-meter one that's in another kit. When I do some work on my phone, I have Microsoft Word on my phone. This is a Zag, but this is super useful. I just put my phone here, and then I've got a full keyboard to use, but this just folds up incredibly small, and it's just so small. So actually this, I always keep this in my travel pack. And last but not least, these cable ties, always use them, and zip ties. That's the kit. It kind of depends what it is I'm traveling with. So that will really influence what I put in my kit. So if I have the GoPro, then I need the stuff for that, like the GoPro mount and various things. If I have the DSLR, well, then I'll have certain kit items. If I'm just filming with the video camera on this phone, then that has its own kit items. So think through what are the items you really need to fix things, to attach things, little tool kits. And if you're going to put this in your carry-on, make sure you don't have any scissors or pocket knives, because those keep getting taken away from me at security when I've forgotten that I had one in. And what I sometimes do is I'll put a piece of duct tape on that carrying case and write like with a K for knife or S for scissors if there's something in there, so that I'm packing it. Like when I'm packing, this is mostly already packed for me. I just need it for the kit that I'm going to take with me. It's stuff I use, and that's the key thing, is that if it's stuff you use, it's stuff you find important, have it with you. And make sure you make some lists so you don't forget it when you need to assemble those last few things, that you have it with you whenever you need it. Well, what's in your kit? What are the things that you find really useful for when you're traveling, and you always make sure you have it with you? Thanks for watching Better Preparedness. Click that like button to help show Google you liked it, and subscribe. Thanks for watching Better Preparedness.